tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
First down, Raiders.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. First down Raiders, Carr to Waller.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be getting rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
11 yards there, first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. This one brought in by Jefferson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
At the Raiders, 43.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Jackson on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. T. Higgins, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Carr now on first down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Throwing again. Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Carr completes it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Carr going to get this to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he will be brought down, but a first and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And that is incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, well, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
7.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. What an absolutely electric return. 106 yards from end zone to end zone. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. First down and more for Jackson. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the Packers who get the win at home. 31-24, the final score. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Steven Sims leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead,
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Here we go. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr under pressure again, and down he goes again. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards, and got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. T. Higgins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Titus Peters on the coverage.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and that'll bring up second down. To throw again, Jackson. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
No gain on the play there. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
The 33-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. On third down, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That third down conversion good for 23. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Again, Jackson. This is caught, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the gun, Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards on the play. First down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. And this will be caught by Edwards. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Again, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Is that penalty wipe out the INT?
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Out of the end zone. Marcus.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Carr. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. One final try now for Carr. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.